Has the silence from the Golden State Warriors front office become deafening, or is it merely the calm before the storm? A storm that could finally bring the veteran presence this aging dynasty desperately needs? For months, it feels like we've been holding our breath, watching the rest of the league make their moves, while the Warriors, the architects of modern basketball, have remained eerily still. This isn't just about another offseason. It's about the very last dance for a legendary core, a core that's staring down the barrel of a rapidly closing championship window. And in this tense, high-stakes waiting game, one name has echoed through the Bay Area like a persistent whisper: Al Horford. Is he the missing piece, the wise old sage who can steer this ship to one more title, or just another tantalizing rumor destined to fade? The answer, it seems, hinges on a delicate dance of salary cap gymnastics and the unresolved future of a young star, leaving fans in a state of anxious anticipation. The Golden State Warriors, a franchise that once revolutionized the NBA with its audacious small ball lineups and unparalleled three-point shooting, has been uncharacteristically quiet this offseason. While other contenders have been busy retooling, reloading, and making splashy moves to bolster their rosters, Golden State has remained in a perplexing holding pattern. This isn't for lack of desire, but rather a complex web of salary cap constraints and, crucially, the lingering uncertainty surrounding the future of their promising young forward, Jonathan Kuminga. Every day that passes without a significant move feels like a missed opportunity, a precious grain of sand slipping through the hourglass of Steph Curry's remaining prime years. The urgency to win now clashes with the fiscal realities of a team that has consistently pushed the boundaries of the luxury tax, creating a tension that is palpable for every fan and analyst alike. And then there's the Al Horford situation, a saga that has stretched on through the summer, testing the patience of even the most devoted Warriors faithful. The veteran big man, a five-time All-Star and a proven champion, has been linked to Golden State since early July. Yet here we are in September with training camp just weeks away, and Horford remains unsigned. Whispers of retirement have occasionally surfaced, adding another layer of intrigue to an already convoluted narrative. However, two highly respected voices in the NBA media, Brett Siegel from the Light Years podcast and Eric Pincus of Bleacher Report, have consistently reiterated what many in the know believe. Al Horford is all but set to make his way to the Bay. It's a prediction that feels less like speculation and more like an open secret, a move that would inject a much-needed dose of veteran savvy into an aging, yet still potent roster. The expectation, as reported, is that a deal will materialize once the Jonathan Kuminga situation is definitively resolved. This makes perfect sense from a financial perspective. Golden State needs a clearer picture of their cap sheet and how much of their mid-level exception they can realistically offer to Horford. Kuminga, a dynamic talent with immense upside, represents a significant piece of their future, but also a potential trade chip or a contract negotiation that directly impacts their financial flexibility. Until that domino falls, the Warriors are forced to bide their time, watching as other teams solidify their rosters. Meanwhile, the Boston Celtics, Horford's former team, have seemingly pivoted away from contending this season following Jason Tatum's injury, leaving Horford searching for his next, and quite possibly final, NBA home. And all signs point to Golden State being that destination. So why Al Horford and why now? On the surface, the red flags are undeniable. Adding a 39-year-old Horford would make this already aging Warriors roster even older, a concern for a team that has battled injuries and fatigue in recent seasons. However, for a franchise solely focused on maximizing Stephen Curry's remaining prime years and squeezing out one more championship, Horford might just make perfect sense. This isn't about finding the next young superstar. It's about acquiring a seasoned professional who understands what it takes to win at the highest level, a player whose contributions transcend raw statistics. Horford was a key contributor to Boston's championship run just 2 years ago, showcasing his ability to impact, winning in multiple facets. He remains a high IQ big man, a cerebral player who consistently makes the right play in the biggest moments. His ability to stretch the floor with a reliable three-point shot provides crucial spacing for Curry and the Warriors' dynamic offense. Defensively, he can anchor the paint in spurts, offering veteran leadership and timely rim protection. He's a master of positioning, a strong communicator, and a player who elevates the collective defensive effort. For what Pincus predicts, a 2-year minimum deal worth $3.6 million for the 2025-26 season, with a player option, the downside is remarkably limited. If it doesn't work out, the Warriors can move on without significant financial repercussions. If it does, it's a low-cost, high-impact win, the kind of shrewd move that defines championship contenders. There's also something undeniably poetic about the potential union. For years, Al Horford's teams have been fierce playoff adversaries of the Golden State Warriors, engaging in epic battles that have shaped NBA history. Now, after countless clashes, he could become their veteran anchor, the steady presence to complement their championship core. It's a narrative arc that adds a layer of intrigue to an already compelling story. Horford is one of the most accomplished big men of his generation, a player whose career has been defined by consistency, versatility, and an unwavering commitment to winning. His 5 All-Star selections, multiple All-Defensive Team nods, and a championship ring speak volumes about his enduring impact on the game. But at 39 years old, he's looking for what could be his final NBA contract, a chance to chase one more ring with a team that offers a legitimate path to contention. Let's be honest, this Horford to Warriors storyline has dragged on for what feels like an eternity. The initial reports back in early July painted Golden State as the clear frontrunner, creating a buzz that has slowly morphed into a collective sigh of anticipation. Now, 2 months later, the only real questions have revolved around whether Horford might surprisingly opt for retirement or precisely how much of the mid-level exception the Warriors can actually offer him. With Pincus reiterating that Horford still looks bound for the Bay, the move feels less like a possibility and more like a foregone conclusion, a deal waiting to be stamped. At this point, it's basically down to timing. Golden State needs that clarity on Kuminga's situation before they can definitively lock in their financial picture. Once that resolution comes, whether through a trade or a contract extension, Horford appears poised to sign and provide the veteran stability and high IQ play that this roster has been waiting for. He's not a flashy highlight reel player, but he's a winner, a leader, and a player who understands the nuances of championship basketball. If the Warriors truly want to squeeze one more title out of this iconic core, Horford is one of the few names left on the market who could actually make a tangible difference. And after all this waiting, all this speculation, he might finally be the piece Golden State has been holding out for, the final puzzle piece in their quest for another banner. The Golden State Warriors are at a pivotal moment, a juncture where every decision carries immense weight. The pursuit of Al Horford, despite his age, underscores their unwavering commitment to maximizing the remaining years of their legendary trio. This isn't just about adding a player, it's about adding a mindset, a championship pedigree, and a calming presence to a team that needs to be perfectly calibrated for one last run. The clock is ticking, the stakes are astronomical, and the Bay Area awaits with bated breath for the final act of this offseason drama. Will Horford be the veteran anchor that helps them navigate the choppy waters of the Western Conference and deliver another championship? What are your thoughts, Warriors Nation? Do you believe Al Horford is the missing piece for a championship run, or are you concerned about his age and the cost of acquiring him? Share your predictions and opinions in the comments below. And if you're as eager as we are to see how this all unfolds, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for all the latest updates and in-depth analysis on your Golden State Warriors.